Shai Bahashem Haracha Hakodash, who giveth us forth his servant strength and power to move mountains, and who will deliver us, Lord willing, from the hour of temptation. May double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth. And shalom unto you, hopeful, sincere, elect members, and 1/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and Seminole Indians that truly believe that Yahweh is, and that he exists, the Most High, and that Yahweh Shai is the deliverer and will deliver you. Hey, shalom unto you. I'm the brother Ibadjir from the Los Angeles GMS camp, and we're currently teaching in the San Fernando Valley. Hey, the specific location is in Ventura, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto you, hopeful elect members. So, another lesson dealing with Jake is the former of all things, and I came across post, and his brother's always posting some very vital information and revelations, you know. So, Joseph Winters. So this was a Jake that created and patented the wagon mounted fire escape ladder. So he was the genius behind an escape ladder for the firefighters. All right, to mount it, the idea to help the firefighters for tall buildings. Now let's read this real quick. Joseph Winters was born in 1816 in Virginia, right? Harper's Ferry. Winter is most noted as an inventor, a career which began long after the Civil War. In the 1870s, as building became taller, Winters noticed that firemen had to take ladders off of their horse-drawn wagons to climb to windows and rescue people, right? And spray water on fires. He thought that they should have ladders that could raise that were already mounted on fire wagons. The ladder had to be foldable or collapsible so that fire wagons could turn corners in narrow streets and alleys. He built a fire wagon made with a mounted ladder that could be folded from his hometown of Chambersburg and receive a patent for it. That's the key thing, all right, that patenting the product, because Esau, he has stolen so many inventions from Jake's because they haven't patented it, all right? On May 7, 1878, he received a second patent for an improved design on April 8, 1879. All right. So 3 years later, in 1882, Winters received a patent for a fire escape ladder that could be attached to buildings. All right. While all of his inventions saved lives and made firefighting and building escape easier, Winters reportedly received much praise but little money for his inventions. Now, let's get the scripture before first. Jeremiah 10:16. The portion of Jacob is not like them. Who's them? Others, heathens. All right. For he is the former of all things. Everything you see created, from the roads to the stoplight to the light itself, all right, to the phone, to music, to the microphone. Jake is the former of all things.
Jake created these things that people claim, that other nations claim that they've done it, but really the basis started from Jake. All right, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Now, if you have a son and he's supposed to inherit everything, what does that mean? Everything in your possession is his. The world was created for our sakes. All right? The Lord of hosts is his name. Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts is his name. But Jake is the former of all things. When you go into this word, it means form. So Jake is always out here somewhere formulating a product. All right? Oh, there's a dude. Man, check this out. I know I'm changing the topic a little bit. There's a Jake right here on TikTok who just, look at this. He's getting water from the air. All right? This man has created his own machine that literally sucks air or whatever process it goes by and makes water.
So that's about how fast it's just making it all the time.
Look at Jake, man.
So that's how you get so. And this is a small.
And in today's society, when you patent something, that's when you become dangerous, especially for a Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man. All right, that's key to owning your invention. And a lot of Jakes, they just wanted to invent something, man, to make life better, make things easier. And Esau stole it. All right, when you see stuff like, oh, Jefferson created the light bulb. No, he didn't. He didn't do shit. All right. So, right here, real quick. And it says, Winters reportedly received much praise, but little money for his inventions. And what scripture should come to mind? Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. The men of the Lord are standing up in great boldness in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai before the face of such as have afflicted him. All right? We're standing up telling these devils of all the evils that they have done to us. All right? All the oppression, all the rape, robbery, and murder. All right? And that boldness comes from the Lord, man. All right? Because the scripture says, if this be of man, it shall come to naught. And this ain't of man. That's why we're able to stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, Esau, the so-called white man, and made no account of his labors. If it was up to Esau, we would never get credit for nothing. And even with all these Jake inventors that are listed, that have patents, someone else is getting credit for the same invention. That's an Edomite, and they might have did a little different tweaking or something. They would never give Jake the credit for building up America. But that's okay, because this is our captivity. And the Lord said this in Deuteronomy 20:29, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. We're under the curses, man. We're not sent here to prosper. to get ahead, to get... No, man. We're slaves here. All right? And if you're a slave, whatever you own belongs to who? Whoever is over you. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled forevermore, and no man shall save thee. Now check out the New LT. You will grope around in broad daylight like a blind person groping in darkness, but you will not find your way. You will be oppressed and robbed continually. All right? And no one will come to save you. Let's see another one. NET. You will feel your way along at noon like a blind person does in darkness, and you will not succeed in anything you do. You will constantly be oppressed and continually robbed, and no one will save you. All right? We understand why these things befall us. All right? Now check this out. Let's read the rest of this actually. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. That's what we're doing. Before the face of such as have afflicted him. Esau, the so-called white man. All right. And made no account of his labors. Esau would never give Jake credit for nothing. Right? They would never give Jake for credit for nothing at all. And a small incline of that is look at the great great people in the Dark Ages that have done great things, that have invented stuff. Esau said they're who? Edomites. When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Oh yeah, what we're doing, standing up in great boldness, hey, they're in terrible fear. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So far beyond all that they look for, because they look for us to constantly be at the bottom. All right, they can never see us escaping from their hands, man. They can never see us they can never see no good. Esau sees us as niggas. All right, they see us there as forever slaves. All right, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, because the Lord's gonna beam up his elect in front of everyone's eyes. All right, the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you have looked down upon. Guess what, man? The Lord gonna do great things for them. So far beyond all that they look for. And they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit. Why? Because they know how they have treated us like shit. And shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision. Now you will have a lot of Edomites, on World Star and other comment boards. Oh, they'll put in mockery, we was kings, we was that, y'all some wild animals, and the world's a better place without y'all. And whom we had sometimes in derision. Oh, they criminals, they're just niggas, spicks and wetbacks and tomahawks, all that reproach. And a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. See that? They expected us to die a horrible dishonorable death. All right? They don't see no good for us as a nation of people. And guess what, man? The Lord gonna have Israel, delivered in front of all their eyes. They gonna know, man, that these are the chosen of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American men. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot among the saints? All right, you hear that? How are they the people? What? But soon the world's gonna see, man. But I know I'm going off topic a little bit, but it's all through the Spirit. And it says he dabbled in politics, and during the 1896 presidential campaign wrote a campaign song for Democrat William Jennings Bryan's. Riders and avid outdoorsmen, apparently was locally noted for hunting, fishing, and fly typing. All right, but look at that Jake, man. And guess what? You'll never be taught this in history class, because they want to keep you thinking that you're nothing, that you're a dirty ass Hamite, a stinking cloth diaper wearing Hamite that chase cows and shit with whips. But really, look at this, man. Y'all, Jake's is superior, mentally and physically. But let's read this one more time, because this lesson is short and to the point. Jeremiah 10:16, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. The Lord himself said, Jake. It starts with Jake. Jake always invents, creates. He's the farmer of all things. All right? Giving all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and to y'all soldiers out there. Lord willing, it's edifying. Hey, shalom.